let's now have a crack at these probability questions. All right, so we got in a match. There are 20 Collingwood supporters, and they're asked about which teams they dislike, Carlton or Essendon. We have to show this information in a Venn diagram. So if we were to draw a Venn diagram, we'll notice that obviously we've always got to put that symbol in the corner, and we always draw it in a box. Now, we've got 3 different positions to fill. We've got to fill this one, and this one. So let's get the middle one out the way first, because that's going to be the most difficult. So we need to figure out which of them like both, because both go in the middle. Oh, sorry, dislike both. So therefore, let's say we'll call the probability of Carlton C and the probability of Essendon E. So the probability of having both, we know, is the probability is equal to the probability of Carlton plus the probability of Essendon minus the probability of Carlton or Essendon. So that's really important that you can remember this formula, because once we've got that, we'll be able to answer this question pretty easily. Now, the probability of Carlton is going to be 18 over 20, because there's a total of 20 people surveyed. The probability of Essendon will be 12 over 20. Now, the harder part is recognising what the probability of Carlton or Essendon will be. Now, essentially, what you need to realise is that none of these responses said that they didn't like either of them. That's really important to know, because that means if we've got Carlton or Essendon and we've got a total of 20, then there's also going to be a total of 20 who dislike Carlton or Essendon. So therefore, we're actually going to take away 20 over 20, because there'll be 20 people that don't like Carlton or Essendon. And by doing so, we can find out that there's 10 out of the 20 that dislike Carlton and Essendon. Now, once we've got that hard part out of the way, we'll have Carlton on the left and Essendon on the right. It makes it much more difficult, much more easy to find the other one. So there's 18 Carlton supporters in that, Carlton non-supporters, I suppose you'd say. So therefore, we would have 8 in this section, because the total of Carlton would be 8 plus 10, which is 18, and something plus 10 will equal 12 for Essendon. So obviously that would be 2. So this is our final answer for our Venn diagram. Now, it's important that we'll be able to remember this, because it'll help us answer the next question. Okay, so the next question states, a Collingwood supporter is chosen at random based on the Venn diagram in question 8. What is the probability that supporter dislikes both Carlton and Essendon? So we know that there was 10 of them. So 10 divided by 20 equals 1 over 2. Okay, so now for the next one, we're looking at the ones that dislike only Carlton. So in our Venn diagram, that would be this section in here and not the middle, because we've got supporters who dislike Essendon in there, but we only want Carlton. So what we realise here is that we've got 8 who dislike Carlton, a total of 20. Therefore, probability would be 2 over 5. And then the probability that dislikes Carlton, Essendon, this would include the circle in the middle, or the area in the middle, because they dislike Essendon, and so does the ones that only dislike Essendon. So we're looking at the ones that only dislike Essendon, and the ones that dislike Essendon, but also may dislike Carlton. So therefore, we had 10 in the middle, we had 2 in the Essendon section. So if we add them together, we get 12 over 20, which would then equals 3 over 5. All right, so there's the solutions for that.